What's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. New Karakuri support, who would have thought that, right? Let's take a look, a couple of new cards. Definitely quite solid for the archetype, but the new support doesn't really solve the core problems of the deck slash archetype. But again, the archetype on its own is really old, I think from like 2010, 2011, so that's like 8 or 9 years that the archetype has been part of the game. So we have a new level 5, pretty much an extra extender. It's also considered being a normal level, an effect monster, right? But it could be a tuner if you use the effect of special summoning itself from the hand by targeting a Karakuri and, you know, switch the position. That could trigger, let's say, what is it called? The anatomy, I believe the card name is the Six Samurai United, right? The card that gives you 2 draws. The new level 1 tuner is definitely solid. It gives you the option of, you know, like your normal summon. What is it called? Is it Monk? That gives you the extra surge and you know, like fuels your level 9 synchro plays, as you'll be seeing within the next couple of moments. And the level 1 tuner also has a grave effect, quick effect, that you can banish it and then change the position of a Karakuri monster on your side of the field. So again, giving you know, some interruptions during your opponent's turn could be important. They also got a themed monster reborn, basically a spiral big red for the archetype, so searchable as well. And then a new trap card. I believe it's the best trap they have. I think they have like 3 or 4 traps. One of the traps here in the extra deck, or yeah, indeed the extra deck, or you know, the side deck next to desynchro, also negates spells and traps that might be okay. But well, I prefer the other trap, but it's definitely an option for the main deck. The main deck currently counts 42 cards, a little bit too much, but again, feel free, you know, like always, to give suggestions, right? The support has been out on this same day. There's also a new equip, the card you just saw here. You know, you can equip it to basically any monster and it will gain the effect, like when it's in attack position, gives some protection. When it's in defense position, gives some protection, I guess. But most notably, it gives you the extra normal summon, I believe, if you go into the battle phase. It could be good, but again, as you saw, the main deck counts 42 cards, so that's again a lot. But again, feel free to leave suggestions. So again, going first, going second, you can definitely play a go second build with, you know, the urgent schedule, with Nibiru as well, maybe evenly matched, right? Dark Ruler no more, give you the options of definitely going second, but going first, the deck definitely, well, it can do some cute plays, and I think this is one of the better fields for now. I think, you know, again, the first hours of testing that the deck can make is quite of an easy level 9 synchro play. I mean, the normal summon of just your level 2, which is again basically the Stratos of the deck, which is not once per turn, by the way, so you can potentially, if you have the extra normal summon by the level 3, I'm not going to butcher her name, but you know which one I mean, on the far left here on my side of the field, it gives you the extra normal summon. It could be searched as well from your Karakuri level 7, level 8 or level 9 synchros again, so the searchable extra normal summon is definitely there. To, you know, potentially get the extra search here with your merchant, I believe. Yeah, indeed, merchant, that's the name, right? Not really sure the OCG or TCG name, but the level 2 that searches. So yeah, anyway, you have the option to go for Naturia Beast as well, but again, going first, having the option to go for level 7 into level 8 into level 9 and go from there, right? What are the other extenders you're having? Do you have the Solar Jammer, or, you know, like, that's the name, right, of the level 5 machine type, or Instant Fusion as an extra extender, multiple monster reborn cards as in their themed monster reborn. Depends, right? Depends on anatomy as well, the Six Samurai United for the archetype, so getting the extra draws. But that's the biggest weakness, or one of the biggest weaknesses of the deck that it still has, is it's quite similar to Shaddoll Trains or Trains, is first of all, well, it's Master Rule 4, let's face it. First of all, potentially opening up the extra monster zones with, you know, investing some resources in a link summon, in a link monster, and after that still have enough resources to, let's say, go for, you know, your Bure or Buredo, and go from there, right? So that's definitely one of the biggest weaknesses the deck still has. Against Pendulums, you could just go for Naturia Beast as well. I think I had the option, but, well, whatever, right? It's fine as well. Had enough interruption. There's also some extra draws here with the anatomy as well. And most importantly is that with these new tools, the deck got an extender in the form of a level 5 monster. But you know, keep in mind is that as soon as you use that special summon effect of your level 5 from the hand, you know, like switch something on your side of the field, the battle position, special summon itself, the level 5 will be considered being like a tuner. So that could be, that you know, that can be important, going for the instant level 7 synchro play if you happen to open with your quote-unquote Stratos. The second biggest weakness of the deck is not really going first. Again, you can definitely go first with some small adjustments indeed to the main deck, but the most important thing here is that the deck is super weak to disruption, and again, that doesn't really change. With this new support, the deck got some extra extenders, but here in this case, prevent your opponent from, well, prevent the Karakuri player from, you know, using the normal summon or getting the extra beneficial normal summon or some extra searches, that already could be game. So again, that's something that with deck building and more testing needs to be thought, right? Well, it needs to be fixed, I guess. So again, going second, this is definitely an okay hand. Opening Urgent Schedule could potentially force out the hand trap or the negation, the judgment or whatever. But yeah, Call by the Grave, definitely an instant staple at 3. So trying to use a Buredo, special summon something from the deck and potentially getting the extra draw, since that's something good with the level 1 tuner. Again, searchable from the deck and keeps upgrading your synchro summons. But again, that quick effect from the graveyard could be important, of putting a Karakuri during your opponent's turn as well. Both players' turns, quick effect into attack position or defense position, and then, you know, potentially get a draw with a Buredo, or what is it called, the Burebu, the new one, the level 9. It's basically a Thunder Dragon Titan, I believe the name is. You know, like when you switch positions, target one card from your opponent and banish it, so you can use it during both players' turns, once per turn. So that's good, definitely solid, but again, the biggest weakness is getting those monsters out. So again, those 2 cards, maybe slash 3 card combos, that's where the deck struggles. The problem here for this particular field is, well, 2 things. First thing is quite obvious, is, you know, you're playing testing against Gladiator Beast and not leave your small attack monster face up on the field, but again, with the Cleavor Genius and the small chance of Gazarus hitting the field, that's fine, but the most important thing, of course, here, you know, with your monsters on your side of the field, there are of course an instant target for the GB, or at least for the opponent's GB monsters to attack, but yeah, I'm not playing the level 2 tuner, and that's something that I might change with, well, like updating the build, or yeah, updating or new testing, is adding in the level 2 tuner, but on its own, it's not really that great of a card, a brick, if you draw it in your opening hand, unless of course, you know, your extenders, your regular level 5 monsters to instantly go for the level 7 synchro play, so that's fine. So I might want to add in the level 2 to bypass the potential restriction of not having any Buredos, any level 8s left in your extra deck, since that's what happened there. It's fine. Last example against Fire Fist, again going first, pretty much the same, right? Multiple extenders there, quote-unquote Rota, changes the position, but could potentially fuel your Anatomy, your 6 Samurai United to get the extra 2 draws. And again, the Searcher, the Stratos, is not once per turn, so potentially searching that Monster Reborn. And again, most importantly, having the level 8 and level 9 up during your opponent's turn, so you can, you know, switch positions with either the Trap card. The Trap card is basically an impermanence and has the great effect that it can also banish itself to switch positions, very similar to the level 1 tuner. So all in all, the deck is pretty straightforward. With Master Rule 3, the deck was just, you know, like Yugioh, Karakuri, and special summon multiple big bodies on the field, the big synchros, and go for game. With Master Rule 4, it's change of plans, I guess, since the deck doesn't really have a reliable way of going for a Link Summon first, opening the extra monster zones, and potentially fuel yourself into an OTK. So now I feel it's a bit more control based, if you're going first, of course, with level 9, level 8 synchros on your side of the field, especially with their themed Monster Reborn. You definitely have the option to end with both first turn and then during your opponent's turn interrupt their plays, getting the extra draw, etc, etc. So I'm definitely liking the new archetype, at least the new cards, the new Karakuri cards, but again, the deck suffers from a big weakness, or 2 big weaknesses. Again, that normal summon is so crucial, and well, the extenders could somewhat solve that, but you know, it needs more, and that could be solved with a Karakuri tuner. You know, Link Frame Spec 3 might give us a Karakuri tuner, but something like Needle Fiber could definitely fix a lot of things already for the archetype. you know, not wasting or putting the resources for your link summon needed to opening the extra monster zones, but giving the extra monster as well. And again, yeah, the deck is super vulnerable to disruptions. So again, like always, feel free to leave, you know, like suggestions or feedback. It's definitely welcome. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.